good takers? Welcome back to the second take. Yes, I know it's been nearly 2 weeks now since I've done this. Headaches, and I'm pissed that I ended up missing out on Comic-Con. I really wanted to do a recap of that, but I feel it's too late now. A lot of the stuff has been done to death. So let's just keep it moving. The second take has returned. So let's just get straight into the news, people. Thank you for staying with me. So, for those that don't know, the second take is when we look back at the news from the last 7 days. Movie news, TV, whatever kind of geek shit that gets us going. Now, we have a new segment which I call WTF News of the Week. Now, we have two of these. The first of which is that Sony beat out Warner Brothers and Paramount for a pitch for an emoji movie. Yeah, these things. Emojis. The emojis well, everyone knows what emojis are. We all use them when we're feeling lazy and we can't be bothered to put out a whole sentence. We just put the smiley face or the angry face or the thumbs up or whatever. But they started out in Japan, spread out all over the world. Now it's a default feature in all of our phones. But apparently, two guys, one of which is behind the Kung Fu Panda TV series, put together a pitch for some sort of story. We don't know the details of this story, but somehow they've created some sort of mythology around emojis. And it's a movie that enough people were into, that 3 major studios, shall we say, were into enough that they had to go to a war, a bidding war, to get the rights to. Fucking emojis. Like, what the fuck, for real? Like, how do you make a movie about emojis? Now, granted, a lot of people felt the same way about the Lego movie before they actually saw it. How do you make a movie about Lego? That's ridiculous. But emojis are even more fucking ludicrous than Lego. Like, how the fuck? It's insane. But maybe it's possible. Maybe you kind of take a Wreck-It Ralph type angle, kind of make it this digital world and they're off on some adventure. Like, maybe that's the way. I don't know. But it's happening, people, and Sony are going to be the ones behind it now. It's worrying because Sony, they're in trouble right now. They haven't been knocking out the park at all. I don't know, man. I don't know. I really want to know what you people think of this fucking emoji movie. If I was to ask you guys who the worst Star Wars character is in history, who would you say? It's that guy. It's that guy, right? You know it. Jar Jar motherfucking Binks. Well, it turns out the actor that played Jar Jar Binks, Ahmed Best, has just recently revealed that originally, before he was cast, it was going to be Michael fucking Jackson. Michael Jackson was going to play Jar Jar Binks. Now, and not only that, it wasn't going to be CG, it was all going to be prosthetics. So Michael was really into playing this role. Now, there's probably more to this story that we don't completely know. Don't know what the details were behind him not actually doing it in the end. It's probably because of the... Actually, no. I did hear that George was worried that Michael was going to be too big, that it was going to distract from the overall film. Because this was the first in the new trilogy, in that prequels that he was doing. So he was worried that Michael's presence might overshadow everything else going on in this movie. It would have. Now, the question here is, would it have been worse than what we got? As in, we got this. Now, technically, the technical aspect of Jar Jar Binks, the technology that was behind him was impressive. It's just the character himself was just made you just want to hang yourself. But would it have been worse if there was a live action prosthetic makeup character played by Michael Jackson? Would it have been even more distracting with Michael Jackson's I'm dumbfounded. Even just picturing this in my brain, how this would have worked in live action is just terrifying to think of. But that nearly happened. Holy ish. Holy shit. What the fuck, indeed. You think it got to the point, almost like with Nicolas Cage in Superman Lives? Do you think there was gotten to the point where they started to work out makeup and they're like, maybe some photos from them trying on prosthetics. You think it got to that stage? That's fascinating. That's fascinating. Maybe deserving to be in a WTF segment, but it's general news. It involves The Rock, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and a little director by the name of Seth Gordon. He was the guy behind Horrible Bosses, which movies I like. Even the second one, not as much as the first one, but there was still a lot to enjoy in the second Horrible Bosses. Well, Seth Gordon has signed on to direct Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in the new adaptation of Baywatch. Yeah, Baywatch. Now, it's actually surprised me that it's taken so long for this to come back, considering how big it was back in the 90s. But this could be genius. You know, I'm presuming, considering that he's a comedy director primarily, that this is going to be a comedy adaptation of the whole Baywatch thing. Now, what's interesting is that there was a TV show, I think it was in the late 90s or early 2000s, called Son of a Beach, which was basically Baywatch, the piss take. It was all a comedy spoof setup version of the whole thing, and it was pretty decent. It was alright. Yeah, you know, so. It lasted a little while. So is that going to be what we can expect from this? But with The Rock in the lead, that could be genius. That could be the star power needed, because The Rock is ultimately watchable. What could we expect from this? Now, I'm curious, like, what stories? I want you guys to figure out. Let us come together and pitch an idea. What Baywatch story can you guys come up with? You've got The Rock as the star. Come up with whoever you want for the supporting cast. Let's come up with our own Baywatch movie. What scenario can you think of? Are we gonna have Somalian pirates turning up on the Californian beach? We're gonna have Mexican cartels turning up trying to transport drugs. We're gonna have friggin' terrorists turning up trying to do some shit. Like, what insane scenario can you come up with that works in the Baywatch setting in a modern comedy, in a modern comedy starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson? Because beyond that, I can't think of what the hell they could do with this. But I know you guys can figure it out, so let's come up with this. This could be interesting. Okay. We have trailer of the week. Now, this is all my personal opinion. A lot of you may disagree. Now, we had a few big trailers this week. We had a new Hunger Games trailer. We had a new Maze Runner trailer. We had a new Bond Spectre trailer, all of which impressed, and a few other smaller independent ones, which were pretty damn sweet. But which of these was a trailer of this week? Now, for me, personally, none of the above. For me, it was Revenant. Director Alejandro Gonzalez Inarritu. I think I'm pronouncing that right. His movie with Tom Hardy and Leonardo DiCaprio. This trailer is amazing. Now, granted, what we saw was from a movie which is still in production. We don't know how far into it, whether it's halfway or most of it's done. The director thinks he can bring it in by the end of the year, so hopefully it will still be in contention for the awards season. But what we saw looks beautiful. It's based on a true story of an American explorer who survived the bear attack. Something I learned from you guys. Thank you. And it looks amazing. It looks beautiful. The cinematography. Now, for those who don't know this director, Alejandro, he was behind Birdman. He's got the cinematographer who was also on Birdman and in Gravity, which was two films that were just visually orgasmic. Like, for real. Like, oh, so good. Now, I loved the Hunger Games trailer. I loved the Maze Runner trailer. I loved the new James Bond trailer. Vacation, etc. There's a lot of ones. Queen of Earth was another one that's worth mentioning. You can also see a reaction to on his channel, all of which I checked out, but this one just seemed to have a certain magic. So that's why it gets my trailer of the week, The Revenant. If you ain't seen it, check out the reaction video. Check out the trailer itself. Links in the description. It's beautiful, man. I am looking forward to this. I'm a little vexed that we've got to wait so long before it drops. You know, hopefully by the end of this year, at the very least, maybe the beginning of next year. Oh, but hopefully it'll be worth the wait. But I'm hearing a lot of news that it's a living hell on that set because they're right out there and he's expecting his actors to really live in that environment and to work and to slog through these crazy, crazy situations. Even to the point that union reps have been getting involved, saying that it may not even be safe for cast and crew. So I like hearing that. I like hearing directors that really push their stars and their crew above and beyond to get that something special. And this is a Drake that's definitely worth it. Yeah, The Revenant, trailer of the week, hands down. Kind of spinning off from the Sony Emoji movie, we have a bit of interesting news that Rob McElhenney from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, an awesome show that I love. He's one of the stars of that show, also co-creators and writers. He has signed on to direct the Minecraft movie. This I have more faith in than the Emoji movie. It kind of makes more sense, especially after watching the Lego movie. It shows that this can work. It has similar constraints on it that Lego had. Similar sort of world, just more digitized, kind of Lego and Wreck-It Ralph kind of mashed together. Now, with this director, Rob Ezzo, if the comedy in Always Sunny in Philadelphia is a taste of what we have in store for a Minecraft movie, then this is going to be awesome. Obviously, it's not going to be as mature as what you get in Always Sunny, but it's great comedy. It's sharp, it's witty, it's smart, it's borderline offensive. But I think with him on board and whoever he decides to bring in around him, this could be something pretty special. I've got faith now. I wasn't interested at all in a Minecraft movie, but now, yeah, I'm definitely on board. I'm definitely on board. Definitely. But yeah, Rob McElhenney from Always Sunny in Philadelphia directing Minecraft movie. Yes. Please. Yes, please. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. Over to DC. There's been rumors that in Batman v Superman, we're going to get a glimpse of the death of Robin at the hands of the Joker. This is interesting. It'll be a flashback sequence, possibly if it happens. But it will be in a reenactment that people are saying of Death in the Family. It rotates around the story of the death of Jason Todd, which was the second Robin. Now, an interesting theory that's come out around this, mainly on Reddit, is that possibly Joker may be Dick Grayson. Now, most people know as Dick Grayson being the first Robin who went on to be Nightwing. But in this world, the possibility is Dick Grayson, something happened to him, being tortured by some people saying another Joker, maybe the original Joker. But people are saying that this Dick Grayson went on to go insane and to become the Joker, and that's why him murdering the next Robin, Jason Todd, is such a personal thing. Especially with him saying, we saw in the trailer, they had the old Robin who always had, ha ha ha, jokes on you. And it would also make sense, the shot in the trailer where we saw Bruce Wayne looking at a newspaper clipping and it said, "You let your family die," which we all have to presume was written by the Joker. That would answer why he knows who Batman is, that Bruce Wayne is Batman. Because he was his confidant, he was his right-hand man at one time. That makes the whole thing. And it would also answer why the mansion, the Wayne mansion was burned down. Because Joker knows where he is. Dick Grayson knows where he lives. He knows where Bruce Wayne lives, knows where the Batcave is. This makes the whole thing fascinating. And I can't wait. I pray that this is where they're going with it, because it makes the whole thing so much more fascinating. I love the fact that there's a twist. I like things to be consistent to the source material, but I'm not so much of a purist that I'm opposed to a twist on what we know, injecting something new. And this would also answer why Jared Leto was hired, why someone who appears so young from what we traditionally imagine the Joker to be. No, it fits now. It comes together. God, I pray that this is where they're going with it, because this is a fascinating theory, and it makes all these other little eggs, Easter eggs that we saw in the trailer for Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad. It makes these little things make sense. Also, another bit of news is that person playing the second Robin will be played by Zack Snyder's son, Eli Snyder. A lot of people saying, why is he getting his son to play her? His son's not an actor. But his son has a lot of experience working on Zack Snyder movies. He was the young Leonidas in the flashback sequences in 300. We saw that kid who was punching the other kid in the face at the beginning in slow motion. And he was also in The Watchmen. He was playing the young Rorschach who was watching his mother, who was a hooker, get tossed up by all those guys. And you could see the hatred in his eyes. And the kid was competent. Even though he didn't have much to do, there was no real dialogue there. But visually, he was competent in what he was doing. So it's going to be interesting. He's the right age now. He's college age. He's an athlete. Apparently he's a American football player. So it could actually work, having him play young Robin, the new Jason Todd, who dies at the hand of possibly Dick Grayson, a.k.a. Jared Leto's Joker in Batman v Superman. Oh, this could be fascinating if this is where they go with it. What do you guys think? Do you think this is a good idea? Dick Grayson is the Joker instead of Nightwing. Do we need a Nightwing? I know he's a beloved character for a lot of you guys, for a lot of comic book fans out there, especially with the ladies. Female DC fans seem to love Dick Grayson. How are they going to react to the possibility that he is the Joker? And how do you feel? Let me know. Write comments down below. Let's get the discussion going. Etc, etc. I want to hear from you. I am Ed Reese Antonio, and this has been my second take of the week, 27th of July 2015, baby. Later, people.